I'm so happy to bring you this video. We did it. We figured it out. We figured out the one thing that every client who's had success here has in common. The one thing. We also figured out the one thing that every symptom or onset of dysfunction in your body has in common. It's one thing. This is amazing. What's even more amazing is that the one thing that every success has in common is the same one thing that caused dysfunction in every case. You ready? I'm so excited about this. I'm really glad you're watching this. It is never one thing. Oh, isn't that amazing? I love it. The one thing is that it's never one thing. Oh, it's like this perfect paradox. Think about it. In our recent years, we were dealing with COVID. Now, statistically speaking, you know somebody that COVID hit like a ton of bricks. But you also know somebody who seemed to sail right through it like no problem. So is COVID on its own guaranteed to totally cause dysfunction in the body? Statistically speaking, no, it's not. Now there's another side of this. Let's say somebody they came to us for headaches. And they start the supplement program with us. And they do food coaching with us. And then they also start to see a chiropractor or a reflexologist or a massage therapist. Maybe they started stretching every morning after they had a glass of water. So there's a bunch of things that they did. So their success, their headaches going away, was not just because of supplements or just because of food, or just because of the chiro, or they changed their pillow, whatever it was not one thing. So whether it's a success we're talking about, or it's a problem we're talking about, it's never one thing. And I want to give you a few more ideas about this, because it seems like the health of most people is in jeopardy, more so than any other time, at least in my lifetime. Current world. Right? 2023, current world. We have more exposure to pollution than any other point in human history. There are more factories making more toxic things at a larger scale than any other point in human history. Do you remember when the Olympics were in China and they had to shut down all the factories to make sure the air was breathable? There's a good example. We also have more exposure to refined seed oils than any other point in human history. So we can have a debate about whether or not these refined seed oils cause you harm. Let's have that debate. But what is not up for debate is we have more exposure to refined seed oils than any other point in human history. Same goes for refined carbs. The factories that make white sugar and white flours are producing greater amounts of their product than any other point in human history, and those foods are in restaurants and our grocery stores. Now, are people getting sick more frequently because there's more pollution? Maybe. But they're going to be more susceptible to that pollution problem if they're eating so much more refined seed oils. If they're having more refined carbs, they're going to be more sensitive to the pollution. Is this starting to make sense? It's not one thing. It's not that the refined carbs are the only problem. It's that if we eat those refined carbs in these greater amounts than any other point in human history, while being exposed to all that pollution, we're probably going to get allergies or develop what feels like bronchitis. So what I want you to consider whenever you're dealing with a problem, there will probably be what I call the ignition source, okay? The ignition source. Alright? So what triggered this? What started this cascade? Okay? What was the straw that broke the camel's back? I want to know that. Because we have to address that. It's actively messing with you. And we have to address all the other pieces of straw on the camel's back. It is not just the ignition source. It's not just the thing that just happened to you that started all your symptoms. It's that you were set up, just waiting like a house of cards for something to go wrong. Boom. And then because of all these different things that we're dealing with, and for the record, the list is way longer than just these three. We were set up to have dysfunction. We were set up to fail. So here's the second part. If we have all these things working against us, what should we do? You got the answer? We got all those things working against us. We got to get things for us. There are multiple things messing with you. Please don't pretend that you can do one thing to counteract all those bad things. Do the things. It's never one thing. Thank you for watching this video. Do you want to hear more about all the things that we do to help counteract all the things that are trying to mess with us? Drop a comment. Let me know. Thanks for watching.